I need you to call because we have more than 500 children waiting right now. Each child's situation is unique. You can go online right now and choose a child from our website. Unthinkable poverty leads to extreme child abuse. The story I'm about to tell you may offend you, but I encourage you to watch it. Look past the horrific circumstances and imagine the changes that could take place if these children had a sponsor. This community is dependent on the ocean, yet this ocean is teeming with trash, human waste, and death. For centuries, men have harvested the fish and fed their families. Women have prepared the fish for their families and sold the extra fish to provide things they could not grow or make. Things like healthcare, safe water, and school fees. Today, carelessness, overpopulation, lack of tools, and lack of knowledge is slowly suffocating the fishing industry. The injustice of poverty traps fathers and mothers, but the injustice of poverty is far more damaging to the children. Uncles, aunts, long-lost relatives, and strangers lure children as young as 4 or 5 years old into working the fishing boats. They promise the parents a payment. To the parent who has 5, 6, maybe 7 children to feed, the opportunity for their young child to work means extra income. Because they are very poor, they are forced to agree. But rarely is any money exchanged. Few children ever return to their home. These boys should be in school, but there is little money for school. Instead, they wait until a fishing boat needs them. Then they go out with them. The masters of the ship see little value in the boys' lives. There are so many hungry little boys that one death goes unnoticed. They send the young boy into the water to untangle the nets. Many boys never make it back to the boat. Instead, they get tangled in the net and never see land again. How do we tolerate this? Where are the authorities? Look at the community. Mountains of garbage line the beach. Look closely. This mountain of trash is glued together with human waste. As I watch, I begin to understand. I have no choice but to come back and to tell the story. I have to, for the lives of these children are at stake. I want you to meet Drafor. She grew up inland in a remote farming village. When I visited a village, I met her mother Morfami. She told me that she had no choice but to sell her daughter Drafor to a cousin who worked in the fishing village nearby. Her cousin promised her regular payments. When Morfami looked at her starving children, she felt she had no choice but to send her young girl away. But no payments ever came, and just a very few months ago, more than 10 years later, Drafor returned home. She's only 16 years old, but she looks much older. Constant beatings and abuse have stolen her smile. The little girl is long lost. Today she is a broken, shattered woman. So what about little girls like Anna and Emily? What is their future? I can tell you without a shadow of doubt that without you, without a child sponsor to care for them, there is little hope. As a child sponsor, your regular monthly support starts by making sure your sponsored child goes to school. You help to provide everything needed for school: a uniform, books, pencils. But more than that, you help to provide the school itself. It's extremely rare to find a healthy school in remote areas. Good teachers are not motivated to come to these communities, especially since their salaries are often low and irregular. But when there are a number of sponsored children in the school, we know that the financial resources are there to pay the teachers and provide a hot, nutritious meal for each child. The cost is so low. Just over $1 a day will support a child like Esther. We are waiting to answer the phone right now, or you can go online and sponsor a child. I know many of you have thought, how can I make sure my money is going to benefit my sponsored child? I want you to come with me to Kanubwe. Even at first glance, you can see how different the community is. The first thing we see is an active, safe water well. This water has changed the lives of everyone in this community. For centuries, they have drawn water out of the local river. The water is rife with disease. People wondered why the death rate was so high. So many of the diseases came directly from the water the people drank. This new water well is a godsend. The teachers in the school are hand-picked by our team. They are motivated by excellence and invest in the lives of each child. Look at the face of this child. They know they are able to go to school because of a very generous sponsor in Canada. But I wonder about Damavu. She spends her day cooking, carrying water and watching her younger siblings. Without a sponsor, I doubt that she will go to school. I'm afraid that she too would be forced into a life of unspeakable poverty, abuse and pain. Call now. Please don't hesitate. I have personally visited each of our projects. I have sat in on the classes. I have listened to horrific stories of boys and girls who have been forced into child labor when they are only 4 or 5 years old. When I see the impact of sponsorship, I know that it's the right thing to do. I know that it works.